Hey guys, so in this video we're going to talk about side hustles that you can do without a college degree that you can still earn $1,000 at least a month. It may take some time, and all the ideas that we talk about today are going to be local services, so things you do around your community. And I think there are some great ideas that you can do with minimal upfront cost, but you'd be able to do it. And so let's start off. This first one is knife and tool sharpening. So I think this is something that can be really beneficial to your community. You can market this, go door to door and ask people to sharpen their knives, do a whole set. You can friend restaurants and chefs, and you can also befriend people who work with machines and that need to sharpen tools, or such as like lawn mowers and edgers and whatnot. And so I think this is something that you can do. I mean, costs are relatively low. It's more so of a skill set you have to learn, but it's something that you can learn relatively quick. The next idea is pressure washing. I'm sure if you looked into side hustles, you've heard of pressure washing, but this is something that can be lucrative if you just time it right and have it be for times that like spring cleanup and people want to get rid of all the dirt and gunk that's accumulated over winter. This is a great time to do it. You do it door to door. You can partner with people who work in lawns, buildings. And pressure washing doesn't have to be limited to driveways, but you can go to businesses who have parking lots or buildings with graffiti on it. And then you can find pressure washers also on sale through just online marketplaces and whatnot. The next one kind of can double up with pressure washing with cleanup is lawn care and maintenance. So this could be people who mow lawns, trim hedges, but also dive into deeper stuff with like sprinklers. You can keep on adding different values. And I think this could be beneficial, and you can get a good recurring revenue source because people want their lawn cut every week, every other week, and it's not just a one-time gig. So that could be really lucrative as well. So the next one would be workshops. So if you have a specific skill set that you're able to teach, that could be really beneficial for you too. So you're not limited to just selling a product that you have to make, but it's something that you do with others. And you can market yourself through local businesses. You can market yourself on like Airbnb experiences, and you can teach people, like in this picture, how to make cakes. You can do different foods. You can teach people how to make knives. You can teach people shooting. Any kind of skill that you may have, you can probably throw a workshop for people in your community. The next one would be kind of TaskRabbit chores. So within your local community, people need things done. They may just need more hands, people to help. So you can sign up on TaskRabbit. So it's kind of like a similar platform to like DoorDash. People post services they need done, and you could sign up as someone who does these services and fulfill those needs that they have. So this is something people already need help, so you know there's an audience, and so you're able to find work relatively quick if you have the skill set. So the next one would be a home organizer. This one won't really cost you much up front besides time on finding people, but you can go into people's homes and organize. A lot of people start off with the new year wanting to be more organized as a New Year's resolution. Also during spring with spring cleaning, and then just throughout the year people want to be clean. And so I think this is a skill that you can learn relatively quickly if you don't feel like you have it, and help people in your community. And I think this would be a great referral based business as well. So if you do a good job in one home or one office, wherever you're choosing to organize, they're highly recommending you to their friend who also needs to be helped with their clutter and whatnot. So I think this is something that you can really capitalize on. The next one is gutter cleaning, and this is something you can also tag on to if you did lawn care and maintenance and pressure washing, but double up on these where you do gutter cleaning and help people in your community, in your neighborhood. Just go door to door asking if you can clean for gutters. This is probably seasonal, and you won't really get a recurring a consistent recurring revenue from this, but if you're able to do it 1 year, they'll probably hire you again the following year. So it could be recurring, but it'd be a slow income in that way. And costs are really low to start this. You really just need a ladder, sometimes a pressure washer, depending on how well you have to clean in your area, what's prevalent or relevant in your space. If you have to deal with moss and build up, you'll just have to learn how to deal with it, but this could be a good business to start with low capital. So mobile car detail, this is an idea I've had for a while, and this is something that people are doing, and it's really simple. So you just, like, it's a mobile car wash, and you can have different tiers, whether it's just like a basic wash of washing just the outside of the car, go to the next tier, wash the inside, and you can do the deep clean, but also this is great for a recurring revenue stream, because people want their car washed consistently so it looks nice. So you can start them off with a package of, like, we'll do a deep clean detail in the beginning, and then we'll do a wash every week for the next 3 months or however long you do it. So you can get that initial contract and a good deal, and then you just keep building up your client list. So I think, and it's pretty low cost to start. If you do just kind of like the basic packages, you just need the sponges, soaps, buckets. But if you go higher up, pressure washer, vacuums, and whatnot, but you can just build up. So just start low and then keep going, and then you can make this into something really great. Next one would be like a personal chef or food prep person. This is a great way to, if you're really into cooking, but also you want to cut cost on your own grocery list, you could become a food prep person and team up with another family and say, hey, I'm going shopping, this is my meal schedule this week, do you want me to buy a little extra? And you just pay me and I'll cook twice as much. And this is a good way to also find busy people who just don't have the time to make their own meals, whether it be lunch, dinner, breakfast. And people, I know in India this is really popular, the homemade dishes for lunch, and they have a whole system which is pretty incredible. But this is something you can do, and it could be a good recurring revenue source. So I think that's really beneficial too, and something to seriously look at, because that recurring revenue will build up, and as your client list goes on, I think it becomes easier cooking in bulk where your costs come down, but so your profits end up going higher. So the next one is bounce house rentals. I'm sure you've heard of this one as well, and the side hustle community is buying a bounce house and renting it out. This would probably be the highest upfront cost, because bounce houses can cost $800 to $1,000 plus dollars. But when you rent them out, they rent out at a high price as well. So you can rent them out to parties for $200-$300 for the half day, 4 hours, or however you structure it. So you can recoup that cost pretty quickly. And this would be also a referral-based business. So like when you rent at one party, make sure you have things, branding, logos that parents who go to that party see and know they can rent from you. This one would be hard to go door to door and knock, but I think this is something that can be really useful and good if you live in a kind of a bigger community where there's consistent birthday parties. Because if you live in a small community, small town, it's hard to get that recurring and constant flow of customers. But it doesn't say it's impossible, so you can still do it. Next one would be local tours. You can tour your local city. We used to go with this bike group, and they do local tours of artwork or throughout the city. There's a guy in New York who does pizza tours. And I think this is something that you can do. You can market yourself on Airbnb experiences. Also with local tours, you can kind of do it as like adventure tours as well, so you're not limited to just walking around the city. But if you're to do, like, say you're really good at mountain biking, you take them on these back trails, you pack a lunch for this group, and you're able to go eat in the back trails and keep going. So being a tour guide is much more than just walking around and sightseeing, but you could do really cool adventures. So home and commercial cleaning, I think this is pretty self-explanatory on where you can clean, but you can target people who have short-term rentals, long-term rentals, just businesses. And I think it's a good way to get a good base of recurring revenue. Also, in certain industries, you have to meet certain standards, so they're willing to pay more. The next one is dog training. So I think with dog training, it's if you're really good with dogs and know how to tame and train certain breeds, you can become a specialist within a certain breed as well. I know being a pit bull trainer is really sought out because pit bulls can be stubborn and take a while to train. But with any breed, if you become the specialty person to train, it'd be really easy to find you and people will seek you out. And it's a very low cost business. It doesn't cost you much to do besides just marketing yourself and finding people that you can train. Next one is drone operator. If you're a drone enthusiast and you want to help people, whether it be land developers, construction workers, insurance claims, anyone who just needs a drone pilot. I know there's some areas where you need a certain license from the FAA to operate a drone, and if you have that license, you'll most likely get better jobs. And so I think you can become the drone operator and help your local communities. Next one is real estate photography. So kind of piggybacking off drones. If you have a drone, that's an extra benefit in your real estate photography business. And this is something I have personally done for vacation rentals, and you can do it for just any type of real estate, be it homes, businesses, rentals, you name it, you can basically do it. And so people always want professional photos, and if you have the camera and the skills, it can be quick. You take photos for an hour, 2 hours, and then you can edit it and have a quick turnaround. And if you work with real estate agents, you can have that recurring revenue business, and I think it'd be really beneficial. Next is a local craft market organizer. So you want to sell a product you make to your community, but you don't have enough to make your own store. You can rent out a space like you see in here and get other crafters, entrepreneurs, people who build, and you're able to collect everyone there and sell. And if you set it up right, you can take a little piece of money. Instead of just renting a booth, you just take a percentage of the sales that each booth gets. And so I think this can be also beneficial. And if you're have a big enough market for it, you can make this a yearly thing. You can do a seasonal thing with the holidays. You can have a different craft market. So I think these are all avenues that you can build this business. So let me know what you think of this, and I'll see you guys next time.